no matter how good my budget is and how committed I am to stick to it, I can still find myself on Amazon spending $87 on things that are nowhere to be seen on said budget. And the thing is, it's not lack of discipline. It's by design.
We're breaking down exactly how marketing psychology manipulates you and how companies use things like emotion, identity, and even guilt to encourage you to buy things you don't need with money you don't have.
Welcome, Frugal friends. I'm Jen.
I'm Jill.
And we know everything on social media is an ad. This is not a new thing. So creators have to get more and more creative with how they sell us stuff. And Jill and I were having this conversation before we hit record of this is such a nuanced topic. It is truly a conversation of how do we support people that we enjoy making money on social media and communicate that that's not inherently bad, but also protect ourselves from strategies that have become so normalized. People are not using them maliciously. People may not even know they're using them. So how do we protect ourselves in that?
There's so many psychological marketing strategies that are happening. And like you're saying, I don't think even everybody knows the emotional manipulation that's happening. I think a lot of times it's just regurgitating the other types of ads that we see. Other people are doing it. This is how they're having success. I know that this is what builds trust with people. So I don't think that it is malicious or super insidious, but it can cause us to, again, spend money that we would not have otherwise have spent. And a lot of this happens because of some of those social engineering tactics where they really play on emotions. And when our emotions are involved, it can really decrease some of our logical thinking. Our prefrontal cortex kind of gets hijacked by our limbic system, which is our more impulsive side. And so we're susceptible to maybe performing actions or doing different things, buying things that our logical brain might not have, but because we feel this emotional connection to whoever it is that's selling to us. Commercials, big companies do this, and social media influencers do this.
Yeah, but we could be here for 2 to 3 hours talking about all the ways we could see this. So if you like this episode, let us know in the comments if you want to see like a part 2, 3, 10, because there are countless ways. And we're really going to cover just like one, which is emotional manipulation, and a couple of the ways that we see that. We see it in a ton of ways. But yeah, we'd only have time to cover 3 today. So definitely let us know if you would like 10 parts on this. And we want to preface this when we talk about this emotional manipulation is what it's called. But our rule is that when we critique this stuff, we critique information and ideas and not people. So we may show people, we will show people, but this is not permission for anybody to like berate them or talk poorly about these people. They are people trying to make a living or a career or a business in a way that is possible right now and has never been possible before in like the history of man. And so people are still figuring it out. And so we do not want to, this is not a petting zoo, like don't go and like, pet the animals. Cece Suarez says that. She's like, this is not a petting zoo, don't go touch the poop. But like, we honestly are not covering bad people. We just want to make you aware. And it's very easy to give extreme examples, but extreme examples are not usually the ways that we are kind of encouraged to spend money that we don't have. And that's really what we want to cover. Like an extreme example is cute to laugh at or to like, poke fun at. Ultimately, we want you to leave this episode with a larger perspective on the things that you're looking at so that you can not stop consuming social media, but just consume it in a safer way. And so, yeah, we do not critique people, and we don't think you should either.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that we can't continue to follow these people or even buy from them. I think it's just really important to know what is the marketing that's happening here? How am I being sold to? And am I certain that I'm making the best financial spending decision for myself? Or am I only doing this because some of this emotional manipulation has happened? So, under that category, our first one is parasocial intimacy. And this, nowhere is this truer than on social media.
Yes.
We don't have parasocial intimacy with the shows that we watch, with the commercials that we see. There's emotional manipulation happening there for sure, but feeling as though this person is my friend, they get me and I get them, and we've got this back and forth, and they need me to support them, and I should buy from them, and I should trust everything that they say. That's social media.
Yeah, and it's like, it gets you because you see yourself in that person, or maybe you see a younger version of yourself in that person, or maybe you're just entertained by them. You love their sense of humor. Like, maybe nobody in your circle gets your sense of humor, but like this person on the internet does, and you feel this connection. And so those are some of the ways it pops up. And when we talk about emotional manipulation, we're talking about all emotions. And so there can be these positive ones, but then there could also, I'm sure you've seen it, a lot of negative ones. We've all seen rage bait. So that's a really big one to get views. If you're a views-driven creator, and if you're profiting on the number of people watching something, rage and anger is the emotion that can really get people watching. But that's not the way every creator chooses to monetize. It's a much better strategy to target other emotions that will create trust. And then you just have like a broader scope to sell from. And so I think if I can find one that's kind of in the middle, that's not rage bait, but that's also like not totally like love bombing positive emotion, I think in the middle we have this trend of trauma dumping, where people are coming on social media and they are connecting with people primarily through sharing hardship, and then ultimately through coming through that hardship, which I would love to get your perspective as LCSW about, like, there is this mental health aspect to it, but it's this powerful marketing tool where you can relate to people in their vulnerabilities and their insecurities and their past traumas, and you can connect with them that way and build trust really quickly, and then immediately go around in your success and in your coming through of trauma and start selling to people.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got a good example of this to even be able to talk about. And it's such a tricky rope to walk because there is so much to be said for group therapy, where we are able to find others who have similar experiences. I mean, there's a lot of research that can indicate that group therapy sometimes has better outcomes than just like talk therapy or one-on-one. And I think sometimes social media can almost act as that replacement where we feel seen, as you've already mentioned, by somebody else who has a similar experience. Maybe we've not found anyone in our community, or we've not gone out to find some sort of group that is safe to be able to talk about those things. And I think everybody is allowed to share their own experiences in whatever way they want to share them. And so many find it helpful. I know people find it helpful to hear our personal experiences of debt payoff and money. And we've been vulnerable in different ways to be able to help and encourage other people. So there is a place for that. But I think it can become a little bit dangerous or non-beneficial when the influencer hasn't totally established their own version of safety and boundaries. I think there's a difference between exposure versus disclosure. Disclosure kind of being the safer option once we kind of decide who gets to know this, who doesn't get to know this, what's okay, what's not okay, what degree of healing or growth have I experienced post this whatever happened, versus I'm just going out there, here's my raw, vulnerable, I don't even know what's going to happen on the other side, I'm just kind of jumping off a cliff. And who knows how people are going to receive that, how they're going to respond. So there's a danger for the influencer there too. But I think, for the person receiving it, thinking this is normal, to just kind of blast out there for anyone and everyone some of the deep griefs that I'm navigating. And so there's this interesting dynamic that's happening there. I can't put a blanket, this is bad, this is good on it. I just think there's some awarenesses that we need to have with it and what we're participating in.
Yeah.
And what that can lead to. I think, some of these people might just go on just for the connection. But then when it's, I'm doing this connection so that then later on I'm going to sell you.
Yeah. Or they're already like a micro influencer and they go through something that is traumatic and they're like, oh great, I can share this and this will get a ton of views and it'll go viral. And I think we see that the thing I think most people can relate to is going through a breakup. So we see this trend of influencers whenever they go through a breakup, sharing it on social media. And we have a couple examples. So this first one I'll walk you through because it's got all copywritten music. But she is essentially detailing her first week of her breakup. And she's crying on the couch and in the shower. And she's talking on her phone. And like the way that everybody feels in the first week of their breakup. And then slowly kind of getting back online, brushing your teeth, going to work out, singing in the car. And then her next reel is move on. It says you're literally someone else's dream girl. And so we're coming out of this. And the funny thing is that it looks like this is in Tampa.
Yeah, it does.
Right? And then one of her next later reels is an ad for a fitness clothing brand. And so you'll see in both of those, if you're watching on YouTube, you see in both of those previous reels, there's always fitness. There is fitness always in each reel, even in the breakup reel. In her first week, she started going back to the gym. And the next one is move on and then start working out. And you'll see that this creator's entire brand is fitness. And she has an affiliate link for this fitness brand's clothing. So we see this is kind of like, I think, the gateway and most often kind of like what you would see in this cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's recognizing that this person has a brand, right? They are trying to build a business. And there's nothing wrong with that in my estimation. But to recognize that some of what is happening here is meant to have you trust the person, like them, believe that you've got something in common with them, want to be like them, and really sets the tone even more for you to end up buying from them.
Yeah. Like if you're going through a breakup or if you have been through a breakup and you didn't come out on the other side like you feel like you should have, seeing something like this can trigger to be like, oh my gosh, I want to get my health together and, start working out again, which that is great.
Yeah. I must need to buy her outfit.
That would be the thing. If you don't have the money for it, that would make it unhealthy for the consumer in spending money that you don't have. And this creator was right. This video did go viral of her breakup. And so I'm sure got a lot more followers from that. So this next breakup video does have sound. And so you will be able to hear it.
Going through a gut-wrenching breakup was definitely not on my bucket list this year, but you know the saying, man plans, God laughs? Yeah, well, that's me right now. Even through all the pain, I've learned that the scariest thing isn't about losing someone else, it's about losing yourself in the process. And this kind of pain always leads to some of the biggest breakthroughs, even if it doesn't feel like it at first.
So that video was actually longer, but it has some copywritten music in it. So hopefully we'll be able to share. And hopefully it won't just like look like we're staring at our computers in silence for 20 seconds. We'll see. But if it is, that's why. But okay, so looking at that, what do you think her brand is about? Having only that breakup video as context.
Mental health. I don't know. Am I answering this wrong?
Look at the video. I mean, think about the video.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want me to say?
Travel. Okay, so if you're listening and not watching, the whole video essentially is her, she's got the crying part and then immediately transitions into packing, airport, plane, landing. So it's a travel, and it is much longer. She ended up taking an impulsive trip to Bali with her
But
best
this is the
friend.
same girl who we saw before.
No, this is a different
exercise
girl. This is a different girl.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I thought it was the same.
So not all girls look alike, Jill.
Their voices sounded similar.
They are different.
They looked similar.
Okay. And so this was, I'm not sure.
Everyone's just breaking up, I guess, on the internet.
It is a trend. When an influencer goes through a breakup, then you do a video
You talk about
like
it,
this.
yeah.
Yes. And so then this is another video on her profile as well.
5 years ago, I was crying in between meetings at my corporate job that I was absolutely miserable at. And today, I'm in Miami, having a nice, gorgeous tan from being at the beach all day yesterday on a Monday, because guess what? I can, since I'm my own boss. You just take 1 year to try, and you don't judge the outcome until that 1 year is over. You will be successful. But meanwhile, you're over here doubting yourself too much and worried about what other people are going to think, and listening to other people who tell you that you're crazy for thinking that you want to do this. Now, I'm so excited because I'm now helping the girls who were in my shoes 5 years ago, who are ready, which by the way, you never feel ready, but who want to take that 1 year on themselves through my new Corporate to Creator Academy. Take a look into it, intro pricing and still.
So she sells a course essentially on how you can be a full-time content creator, and she built her content platform on pretty much travel. And she was right, that breakup video did very well, and it's one of the top breakup videos if I found it, because like that is just what I searched for. I just searched breakup, so it did well, and that's her shtick. And so again, I mean, so I'm a smidge jaded by the premise of influencing in general. I think and this is like my own bias. This is maybe my own, like, I don't know, insecurities, but this does not have to be a general consensus. I don't think I'm right by any means, but I just think the idea of selling courses and products to people in the socioeconomic bracket that people are targeting, I think it's a little I think it's a little negative. I think negatively of it. I think it's okay to sell to people that have disposable income. And usually that's businesses. I think like B2B creators, that's fantastic. Like you're selling a business service to a business that needs it, fantastic. Or you're selling maybe a necessary service or a necessary product to somebody who needs it, who will spend money on it. Like those things. But when we ourselves are struggling financially, and the way we choose to earn money is to sell things that other people struggling financially will impulsively buy, and we're using tactics proven to disarm people from their rational decision making and make them more prone to impulsive decisions, that's how we're choosing to make our money. That makes me feel icky.
Yeah, I don't totally disagree, but I think I would add some nuances to what you're describing. First of all, I think we are all responsible for our own spending decisions, which I think is one of the reasons why we are doing so many of these series, to help people understand that what is the spending decision that you're making, and are you fully armed in it? But for me, I think I would almost rather see somebody put out their own product than be hawking other products that people might not need, and just kind of enhances consumerism. Like I don't hate the idea of, here's a course that I created to teach you something, and if you like my style of teaching, like here it is. What gets me is a little bit more adjacent, where somebody is saying, I can teach you to do these things when it's not actually realistic for them. Like when you're the outlier, you might have gone from corporate to creator, but is it truly something that the masses who are following you could actually attain? Or are you just going to make the money on the backs of these people who think it's possible for them?
Or is your course,
my main.
Is your course teaching people how to sell courses to other people who don't need, who you're just making courses and selling courses and selling courses, and it's essentially an MLM now. You are selling your own MLM guide.
Yeah.
It's wild, and it's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah.
Even creators that you fully know, like, and trust doesn't mean they're great teachers in a course format. There's so many great educators who are not great influencers, who are not great on social media, and who you would not find a course if they even made it. It's the loudest people on social media that get the most followers. But that means they're good at being loud, and not loud in a negative way. But in a sense of just like being good at social media.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think what we have happening in some cases here is that halo effect, that cognitive bias, where our first impression can buffer against any potentially negative experiences in the future. If we kind of latched onto somebody while they shared something that we connected with, we're going to be more susceptible to whatever it is that they're selling or doing, less likely to kind of distance ourselves from them because of that first impression that kind of roped us in the beginning. And I think the takeaway in this is certainly recognizing when that's happening, but also being aware of what, if it is a course or a product that they created, how likely is this to actually benefit me? Can I engage my prefrontal cortex a little more, detach my emotions from this, and really dig in on, is what they're saying is possible for me? What are the statistics on that? How likely is it that I too am going to amass a 1 million following while I am still working a full-time job? Like, is their course really going to get me there?
Yeah. If I can't, like, if I haven't already shown a history of commitment in the wrong way, is the course that shows me how to do it the right way going to be the thing that puts me over the edge? And in some cases, the answer is yes, but in many of the answer is no.
Yeah.
The next one is authority through complexity. And if you watched our wellness influencer video, we'll put the link in the description to that. That's what we see throughout the wellness industry. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits off of making you believe that everything you heard is wrong, everything you've tried is wrong, and this is the magic bullet, this is the secret sauce, all the way down to the food you consume. And you guys, we mentioned this in the video, this influencer, and you guys like called it out in the comments immediately. So we're just going to give him some screen time in this one.
Come over here, because this is not just grass-fed, grass-finished beef. It's USA, USA. This ground beef is only $5 right here. This is factory-farmed GMO beef. What does that mean? These cattle only eat grain.
Hey, Bobby, what would be your order at Wendy's?
Let's find out. Dave's double without the bun. That's actually pretty decent. It's not bad, but methinks I need to dip it in ye old Frosty here to get the real experience. Let's see. This is better. Here are 5 things you definitely want to avoid if you're trying to live a healthier life. The amount of cane sugar in the grocery store is astounding. I don't care if it's white cane sugar, sugar in the raw, we have to avoid it at all costs because it really adds up quickly. This is what I'm eating in New York City on my cheat day. Oh my gosh. That's a proper croissant. Holy cow. Let's go in. That's gonna be a sugar bomb right there, my friends. But it's cheat day, baby.
So this creator is notorious for villainizing products and ingredients and then going out and either eating them or getting brand deals that totally contradict things that he's saying.
I was mostly confused.
Yes, right. And that's what this guy is known for, to the point where I think it's essentially a shtick. Like, you could tell, like, they had a sponsored Wendy's post.
Right.
And I added that little clip, the little picture on it. If you're listening, the first video was like, oh, you could only do grass-fed beef. And then he goes straight to Wendy's and he like takes off the bun because the bun is so bad. And then I was like, is Wendy's beef grass-fed? And the media is like, no. It's fresh. It's not frozen, but it's not grass-fed.
Yes.
And so then just going back, he like villainized. He even had a video of this creator, like Liam, always kind of does these mashups of him contradicting himself, where he was saying like no cane sugar, and then making this salmon that had a brown sugar glaze on it. So again, this is a unique, like, I think he's doing this on purpose is why we're talking about it. But it kind of is an extreme example that we can laugh at that gets to the overarching point, is that many creators will intentionally contradict things that are well known to make you question something. And once you are questioning, then they have the to redirect you into a different way of thinking. Or they can just sow doubt in your mind, saying like, okay, if you've listened to this person, like, they're wrong for this reason. And then once you have doubt, even if you hear something correct coming from that person, you already have the seed of doubt sown, so that you are skeptical about them and maybe anybody else that's like them. And so this creates this false sense of trust with the creator simply through making things complex.
We saw this too in our Scammer Exposed, the mystery shopping scam episode that we did about a month back. And I think a lot of us, we do have this either conscious or subconscious awareness that we don't know it all, that there is more to be discovered, and especially in areas where there is curiosity or we do want to improve, but yet it's such a heavy lift to do all of the research ourselves. And so when we hear somebody who kind of affirms something that we might already be thinking, or starts to talk about something that we're already curious about, it's like, okay, phew, let me just hand over all of my critical thinking skills to you and let you just educate me. Please help me understand what I have to do. And especially when they sound so smart and they are making it sound so complicated, like, this is toxic and this label on this means that XYZ is true. And if you see this, then this isn't true. And it's like, oh, there's so much to understand. Please hold my hand, walk me through it. Tell me what I have to buy and do. And then we're just down the money hole.
And first, our brains want to find efficient ways to process information, and they use people we trust to process that more efficiently. So that's not like stupidity or lack of discipline. That's our brain trying to function efficiently. And second, podcasters have been doing this for years longer than influencers. Gosh.
Are we coming at ourselves
We
right
are
now?
coming at our own industry. Man, podcasters have been over complexifying.
Yeah, if you think this, you've been
ideas
wrong.
And just coming at traditional wisdom. And like, some of it like is good to, question a little bit.
Yeah.
But it does get toxic so quickly when you just come at questioning everything. And I just like to harp back on the wellness space, because we have so many unregulated supplements, powders. They're low cost. I mean, they're not that low of cost. We once got we get supplement companies wanting us to take their money all the time. And
You're
it's
welcome for not taking their money.
It's one thing that we just, across the board, we do not. One was a creatine, like, for women. You don't make creatine for women. Creatine is creatine. And it was $60. And And
Go off.
you can get a huge bag of it on Amazon for like $20. And this little thing was 60 because it was like creatine for women.
Packaged nicely.
Have a hormone, something else for your hormones inside too. And I was like, no. This is angering to me. It's triggering my anger. So like shout out to bulk supplements on Amazon for your creatine, which is literally the only thing that I have seen like over and over and over all fitness influencers saying has scientific backing to actually like help you build muscle. But I'm not a workout person, educator.
Yeah, no.
So
we're not going to try to be.
We're not going to try to be. All other supplements are pretty much just like superfluous. And you can come at me in the comments if I'm wrong, if there's some greens powder that changed your life, that I may be wrong, but like it is just the easiest way to get people to impulse spend, to make them feel insecure, to make them feel confused, and like you have the answer.
Yeah.
And sell them a supplement.
Oh, that specific packaging to a demographic and making it seem like it's more complicated than just kind of the base model.
Making you feel like this is what you've been missing.
Yeah.
Because aren't we all so stressed and wondering why our
There is
efforts
something
aren't
I'm
getting
missing.
us? Why aren't my efforts getting me to where I think I should be
Yeah.
with the amount of effort I've put into them?
Girl.
Right?
Uh-huh.
It's because you haven't tried my greens powder. Affiliate link in the bio.
It's because you're not budgeting how you should. Affiliate. No, just my own personal
You
link
haven't
in the
budgeted for
bio.
my greens powder.
And this is somewhat related to number 3, which is false empowerment. And this one really gets me. This one grinds my gears because this feels particularly manipulative by both companies and social media influencers trying to sell you something while connecting to really great ideas, right? Of, invest in yourself, value yourself, maybe you deserve this, like this is how you can really hedge against burnout and take time for you. And all of those things are really great. And there are genuine ways to do that, but most of them don't cost money. And that's the thing. It frames the self-care as empowerment. And so if you say no, or if you are restraining yourself in any way, then it seems like deprivation.
Right. That you're, I don't know, like regressing feminism, like going backwards. But it has turned into, speaking of extremes, stuff like this. And I would love for us to play a game right now. We're going to show this video and we want everyone to count how many products and or services do you see in this simple self-care video?
If you've been feeling burnt out or overwhelmed, girl, I feel you, and this self-care reset is exactly what you need. First, we're going to start off with a face ice bath to help you with that puffiness, and then we're going to go straight in with some hydrating eye patches. And we're all about habit stacking around here, so we're going to do my hair oiling and mask routine and let this marinate while I go to my yoga class. This is by far my favorite way to do my slick back bun, so make sure you're taking notes. But anyways, I'm a firm believer that darker brows will always make you feel better, so I'm letting these sit while I drink some lymphatic detox tea, shaving my mustache, and spot treating just a couple of stubborn pimples that can't seem to leave the chat. Swear by this mask, it literally gets rid of them overnight. And I love a lip stain to bring back color into the lips that will stay and that you don't have to worry about. So then taking everything off, I'm going to finish with some acne spray, hydrating moisturizer, and some tinted face and tinted eye sunscreen. I love these two products because it also helps with like the redness and any discoloration that I might be experiencing, especially right now when I have these little acne spots. Again, adding a little bit of tint to my cheeks to add some color back into my face, especially because I'm going out, and finishing off with this cycler body spray to get rid of any of those red stubborn bumps on the back of your arms, which actually has been helping me a ton. Let me know which one you're going to try. I would love to know.
How many did you get?
18.
18 self-care routine products. I counted yoga as self-care.
Right, yeah, sure.
Which I actually do believe might be the only self-care thing that she mentioned. I think it might be the only one.
The only one that's like really gonna do
True.
something for you.
So like you get these extremes. And then at the end she's like, which one are you gonna try? Which just confirms like these like hauls and elaborate shower routines and self-care routines. They don't think you're going to buy everything, but all they need to do is have 18 products in one video in the hopes that you will buy one.
And I'm not going to lie, the lip tint did stand out to me. I'm like, oh, does that work? What is, of the 18, yeah, I'm going to get like a little bit curious about one of them.
Right. Well, you know what didn't stand out to me? The lymphatic drainage green tea. It looked like a greens powder. It looked straight up like grass. But I mean, and I can drink matcha. Like, I don't hate matcha, and that's green.
It just is, self-care isn't consuming a bunch of beauty products. Like, it might seem that way because somebody is telling you this is working for me, and maybe you have had your own experience of a huge haul at Sephora or Ulta, but think back to how you felt afterwards. Sure, you got the dopamine rush from all those purchases, but all of those collective 18 to 25 things don't actually help us recover from burnout.
No.
Don't actually help us to feel like we've got meaningful relationships when we are lacking a sense of belonging. They don't actually help us emotionally when we've had a really rough day at work. Like that is not going to hit the nail on the head when we are just consuming products.
Yeah. It has normalized self-care as consumerism. And so that's one extreme. But then our last example for the episode is something that's a little bit more subtle. And that is these, I would call them like self-improvement, female empowerment influencers that kind of transition into taking brand work. And there's some that do it well, and then some that just don't disclose. And so this one, she had a video go viral and then kept recreating that video, which is wise. That's what you're supposed to do as a social media content creator. So let me show you the original viral video.
Things that quietly saved me. Going to bed earlier, even though it felt boring, it helped me more than I realized. Catching the negative self-talk before it starts to spiral, because it's not the one running the show. When you have a mean thought about yourself, replace it with 3 positive ones and then repeat it until you believe it. Having the hard conversations that you want to avoid, like the ones that keep you up at night. And one of my favorite ones, going to the movies alone, no distractions, no phone, just yourself, immersing yourself into a movie. It's the best.
So none of this is new information. It's pretty standard. But so it went viral. So then slowly the videos started to look like this.
Things that quietly saved me. Eating every single meal. I used to think like skipping breakfast or having a really light breakfast was discipline. Well, it's not. And now I have consistent energy throughout the day. Keeping snacks on deck at all times that actually fuel me, aka broad protein popcorn, so I'm not grabbing all the stuff I'm gonna regret later. Things that have actually made me feel hotter. Drinking a large glass of water before bed so I wake up feeling hydrated. Lately, I've been using Chill Pill's Gut Brain Sleep, and it's a microbiome blend with probiotics for natural sleep support. Here are a few tiny habits that have been such a game changer. I've been using Elevance electrolyte packets. They're 0 sugar, packed with adaptogens, and it tastes like a hibiscus spritz. Oh my God, you can mix it with sparkling water and it would actually be a spritzer.
We've got all of the things going on here, from like parasocial intimacy to authority through complexity. Like the amount of just words, the trending words that were happening, to the false empowerment.
People like drag on public speakers for this. It's like they're not saying anything new, but the way they're saying it, our brain like thinks it's more important because of the cadence and the tone. And these are like, she's giving all very good tips. And I'll come from somebody who reads ads for a living, right? Like that's how we make money. And that's how she's making money. And again, so we'll wrap up with the fact that it's not necessarily bad to buy something from somebody through somebody's affiliate link or buy something from an ad that you've seen from your favorite influencer or podcaster. But you should be aware of if that is being manipulated in any way. Mostly as with the extreme like self-care stuff. If empowerment is being emphasized as a product, or that you can achieve some kind of, or it's investing in yourself by buying something. There are far better ways to invest in yourself than by buying a product or service. Invest in yourself, then buy the product or service if it aids you in that investment. So
Yeah. You can care for yourself in free ways that are going to be even more effective. You can understand things that feel complex to you in a way that doesn't cost you money. So all of these things are possible. It's not as if, oh, don't pursue these things. Just be very aware of how we're pursuing them.
And if you do invest in yourself in a free way, or you have something like that you want to share, then we have a way that you can tell us directly.
Oh, it's the
Bill of the Week!
That's right. It's time for the best minute of your entire week. Maybe a baby was born and his name is William. Maybe you paid off your mortgage. Maybe your car died and you're happy to not have to pay that bill anymore. Duck Bills, Buffalo Bills, Bill Clinton. This is the Bill of the Week.
I just listened to your podcast on how to save money on online shopping, and I managed to buy a Father's Day gift for $7.80. I would normally have spent about $50 on this, so I'm really pleased with that particular bill. I used a combination of Rakuten for cash back, and I used a coupon code, and I bought used, and I shopped around, and I used a lot of the tools that you shared on the podcast, and it was actually kind of fun, and I appreciated that it made me really think about the purchase. And I used ChatGPT a little bit too, which is great for this stuff. So thanks. I love your program.
Yes!
this is fun.
Julie, and right now, Rakuten is offering $50 cash back when you spend $50 on eligible cash back places. So for new accounts, frugalfriendspodcast.com/Rakuten.
Rakuten.
Yes. I used them yesterday. 100% used Rakuten yesterday. No lie.
Yeah, like we're only going to talk to you about the things that we use and that we truly will think will help you.
Like Rakuten, supporter of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rakuten, for
Rakuten.
supporting the show. And it will make your life better. Like, it's not a green powder that will change your life, but it will make your life better. If you're going to buy your greens powder, buy it through Rakuten.
Oh, if you all
Wherever it
listening
is.
have a bill that you want to submit, if it has to do with using Rakuten or really any of our other ads that we talk about, if any of our ads have helped you, that'd be fun to know.
Oh, yeah, we would love to let them know.
No, if they've worked for you, how you've utilized them, how it's helped you save money. Go to frugalfriendspodcast.com/bill. If you're a bill out here using Rakuten, then hey-o.
Double whammy.
We'd love that. Leave it for us. We can't wait. And now it's time for the lightning round.
All right. What is your most recent, oh no, I'm being influenced moment? Do you have one? I have one. I can
go for it.
I can go off.
I can go off.
I can go off. Okay, so this is usually how it works. It's not like just like obvious, right? It's something that typically blurs the line of values and a little being superfluous, like on those values. So for me, it's running. Like I'm a runner. I like running. I just on Sunday did a half marathon, my one half marathon for the year.
Yeah, you did.
And it was great. And so I will sometimes be influenced into running stuff. And it's like one of those things, like I have always been a very frugal runner. And then the more running I do, the more I'm like, this would be helpful. Like, so maybe like have this product or something. So like a running vest with a water pack. I bought that for a couple runs because I was seeing them on social media everywhere.
Yeah.
And I got a pumpkin spice gel for on my run, which
That sounds gross, but
is
how
so
was
good.
it? Oh, wow.
So
okay.
good. And not everyone's a gel girl, and not everyone's a sweet gel girl.
Or a PSL girl.
But if you are the combination of all three of those things and the stars align, let me influence you.
You get no affiliate commish.
I get no affiliate commission from Goo. But I mean, Goo, if you want to send me some, I do use them exclusively on my long runs. So
Wow.
yeah, I use a lot of running things.
Yeah.
Brands. I run in Diodora. And I use Goo. And those are maybe
these
the
brands
only
are
brands.
here with us right now. They've made it 45 minutes into this episode
And
just to hear.
Gooder sunglasses. Godr sunglasses.
Why are you bothering to spell
Because
this?
I
You
want
get
them
no
to
benefit.
hear me, and I want them to send me free things. I am an influencer, Jillian.
Oh my gosh. I hope not.
I'm trying it out.
I'm realizing that I am mostly influenced in person. Like I'm not non-susceptible. Is that how you'd say that word? To influencing? It just is by the people around me more so than it is online. But if I were to try to think of something online, I've probably been influenced into buying comedy show tickets when I see that they're advertised on social media.
You know what you were influenced into buying?
Tell me.
That face thing.
Oh, yeah, that was so long ago. But yeah, yes. Right.
Yeah.
Last year.
So she's not influenced often. Just once a year.
It did happen last year. I got dermaplaning razors thinking
That's what it is.
Oh yeah, that would make my complexion
Is that what she
seem
was using in
smoother.
that video?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, when she was shaving her mustache.
Yeah.
Girls
They say,
Gorgeous
like, it'll
had
help-
no mustache.
It'll help
I'm
with like
just gonna
peach
put it out there.
fuzz. And I was like, oh, maybe that, I'd be curious how that is. And then I got worried, like, when I shave my legs, sometimes I get ingrown hairs. Like, why am I thinking that wouldn't happen on my face? And so I never touched them. But I waited too long to return them. And actually, they are still sitting in my closet. I don't know what to do with them.
If you need some dermaplaning, let us know.
If you dermaplane and could use these razors.
Yes, if it's too late for you, let us know. But thank you so much for getting to this point in the episode. Thank you for listening, for watching. We love reading your comments on the YouTube videos, your ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and if you have read our book, Buy What You Love Without Going Broke, we love reading those reviews on Amazon. Like this one from Jessica says, one of the best personal finance books out there, 5 stars. This is a simply lovely book. I've read and listened to a ton of personal finance content, and Jill and Jen are among the best. This isn't the book to go to for 10 tips to save $20 this week or the best mutual fund to retire at age 50. The book presents an entire philosophy of relating to money and purchases. Instead of detailed tips, they give you a whole mindset. I was frugal and good with money before, but this is just next level. The best thing is that you can take on their advice, whether you're brand new to caring about money or well along the path of frugality. Could not recommend it more highly. And their podcast is amazing as well.
This is a beautiful review. And honestly, I love the examples. What
Yes.
thoughtful, like, Jessica, you have truly titled what could be podcast episodes or like articles. This isn't the 10 tips to save $20 this week or
And
the best
so
mutual
often,
fund. You are crushing it.
Finance books could have been an article.
Yeah,
They could have
yeah,
just been an article.
But journalistically, I love the examples you gave of what we're not, but putting so much thought and effort into it. You don't have to put that much thought and effort into your review, the one that we are hopefully going to ask you to leave for us.
The one you will give to us, because we are your friends now. And
we have this parasocial
trust us.
relationship where we've built this trust, and you like us and you feel like we're relatable, and so you want to review our book. That'd be so lovely.
So nice of you to support us in that way. We love that about you, and you are beautiful. And you definitely don't need the dermaplaning razors that Jill has, but if you want them,
let me know. I'll ship them to you.
let us know, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
I am processing the most triggering breakup I've had in 9 years.
I am processing the most triggering